In Leeds, 40% of household waste is already recycled, but that means that 165,000 tonnes of waste still goes into black bins every year. At the Leeds Recycling and Energy Recovery Facility, our challenge is to recycle and recover even more, so Leeds City Council can fulfil its vision to become a zero-waste city. Every day, black bin waste comes into the facility and is emptied onto the tipping hall floor. It's then picked up and fed into 2 shredders that can handle more than 50 tonnes of waste every hour. Next, this shredded waste goes to one of 2 trommels. Inside these massive 70-ton machines, there's a large rotating drum with different sized holes. It acts like a giant sieve, sorting the waste by size and removing smaller things like food waste and bigger items that could clog up the machines. After being sorted by size, the waste is fed into a ballistic separator to be sorted into flat and light materials like film, paper and card, and heavier rolling items like bottles and cans. The flat, light waste goes straight to the optical sorter units. Just like the scanners that identify your shopping at the supermarket checkout, the optical sorting robots use near-infrared light, which is reflected onto materials. Depending on the light coming back to the sensor, we can identify the material, detecting paper, card, or different types of plastic. We then target them with blasts of air to sort them into different bunkers, capturing them for recycling. This future-proofs the facility, as these sensors can be programmed for almost any new material. The heavy rolling waste then passes under an overband magnet above the conveyor belt. It separates out any magnetic steel tins and cans, while the rest of the waste continues its journey to the eddy current separator. Inside, spinning magnets create swirling eddy currents that temporarily make non-magnetic materials magnetic, lifting them off the conveyor belt while separating out aluminium items for recycling. The non-magnetic materials are then fed into a series of optical plastic sort units. They use near-infrared sensors to detect plastic that can be used again, blasting it with air so it can be sent for recycling. Now the different materials have been sorted into separate bays, they can be sent to the baler. A large ram squeezes them through a chamber to form big compact cubes, which are then loaded onto lorries and taken away to be made into new things. Any remaining waste is taken on a conveyor belt to a storage bunker. Here, it is grabbed by an overhead crane. This is the start of the combustion process. The waste is fed down a chute into the furnace. It burns over 20 tonnes of waste every hour at temperatures in excess of 850 degrees C. The burning waste heats large tubes of water around the furnace. This produces steam to drive a turbine that can generate around 11 megawatts of energy. That's enough to power 22,000 homes. The hot gases formed during combustion go through an extensive cleaning process to meet the latest emissions safety standards. In fact, what goes up the chimney is mostly harmless water vapour. This state-of-the-art process avoids the extraction of fossil fuels by replacing 1 tonne of coal with 3 tonnes of waste, which has a much lower carbon footprint. Finally, ash from the bottom of the plant is taken off-site to be turned into new materials, like road aggregate. So from the 165,000 tonnes of black bin rubbish that arrived in the tipping hall, absolutely nothing goes to waste.